have a look at this here. The reason why this toll road is clear is due to the prohibitive nature of the costs of this stupid toll road. If they were to make it like a reasonable price, this would absolutely cut down on the amount of congestion on the M6 non-toll section. Because look at it here, this is literally like European roads. It's literally like it is like a European road. Granted, there's some of the European roads they are non-tolls, but this stretch here, just because of the toll booths, obviously the amount of peages in France, the you know, well, peaje in Spain, and all the various other toll roads in Europe, you know, this for how much you pay for the distance travelled is beyond farcical. You know, it's crazy how much they're charging, you know, for the trucks to go on this. For the cars, I mean, the price for the cars isn't too bad, but, you know, make it, you know, somewhat fair, for goodness sake. You know, you're thinking, like I've said before again, the trucking industry is the lifeblood of this country. You know, just knock it down a bit, you know, make it worthwhile, you know, for people to actually use it. You know, not think, if obviously you're thinking like £17.90, that's just one way. If it was like £17.90 to do it both ways, if you use it one way, one the other, that's, you know, that's more than reasonable. You know, I think some people would be more than happy to pay that, or so we'll get it paid back anyway, but still, you know, who wants to be paying 35 quid, you know, if you're doing it, you know, twice a day? Another difference from this 500 to the V8, this has only got a two-step retarder. What I mean by that is it's got two clicks, one, two, where the V8 I'm sure had like a 5-step, but it's still suitable. Again, I'm not using the brakes, you can hear the engine there working. Now with this, we can use practically any lane. Usually you can go for wide loads, take this left hand lane here, but we don't need to. We can just go through normally with a little sign where it says the cardless, contactless sign. So again, the key to all these toll roads is just take your time, no one behind you, slow and steady wins a race with plenty of room anyway. So, and it's a shame that the DKV boxes don't work here, so I've got to pay with my card and I'll get it back. Merci beaucoup. Wait, what is this? Roadworks on the tolls, we say. Give me a break. Seriously? Just when you thought it was too good to be true, what is this? Must not be a diversion. For the love of God. Someone smashed into them as well there. Surprise, surprise. So really and truly we've paid alright, $17.90. May have missed some of the traffic on the other M6, runs parallel to this toll road, but if it's just cones, I'll live with that for now. Not too bad. I can live with that. Now from the clock there you can see 3 hours and 17, well I hope you can see 5 hours and 30, 24:49. Essentially 3 hours and 17 I've got left on this stint of driving. 5 hours and 30 left for this daily drive. Now you can drive up to 10 hours twice per week. Usually you can do 9, and then you can increase it to 10 hours in case if you need to get a bit further. So if you're doing European work, if you've got a long way to go, you'll eat into them your 2 days, and then your final day probably do, so you probably do 2 10-hour drives, and then you might do a 5, 6, 7 depending how far you've got to go. So it does come in handy. And then for the week, which is what I've got left up until midnight Sunday when it resets, or is it 1 o'clock? I don't even know, I'm that tired. Just trying to remember the legislation for all these, but it resets anyway on a Sunday evening. I'm sure it's just after midnight or just after it'll reset. And then next week you'll see it'll go up to about 50 odd hours again. And let's see how far we've got from here now on the old sat nav. Just about 80 miles. Okay, so saying 1 hour 48, getting at 12:57. That's if we don't encounter any more traffic or roadworks along the way. And let's turn this off to a night view because it's going to burn my eyes. Now we're going from 3 lanes down to 1. is this one of these, whoever lied to me before, whether people have put these out, there's no such thing, but no, they've actually done it this time. Alright, in here, let's slow it down a little bit because there's people working, so night work. You know, we've got to respect their safety, because I wouldn't want to be doing this at night time. And that's just for retarded doing this thing, guys. Just slowly bringing the speed down. Excuse me. Now we're still using the hard shoulder, for the love of God. Cruise control back on. Now the difference on this one as well here, they've got the hill descent, which the V8s have got. This one hasn't got it on here, as you can see, we're missing a little space. So it looks like we've actually circumnavigated all that traffic coming down the other side there. So in my opinion, it was worth paying the $17.90. But then we're going to re-merge with it all after here. So save me 20 minutes, was it worth it? Almost £1 a minute. It's like going back in the day when it used to cost you £1 a minute when the first mobiles came out. Now all the, I don't know, millennials or what you call these young kids today won't have a clue about such things, but people have got a memory or getting Alzheimer's like me now. Joke, by the way. But people that will remember when the first mobiles came out years ago, you was paying £1 a minute. Now that was extortion. And I can't remember how much it was for the text. Well, I've been quite surprised actually. The M1, it's been very, very quiet. So we're not bank holiday, what is it called? With the half term, excuse me. The fatigue I was talking about before is just creeping in a little bit. I've been at it now for about 9 hours so far. Still not finished, but yeah, we're about what's about 15 minutes away from the world's biggest Lidl. I actually thought it was the UK's biggest one, but apparently it's the world's biggest Lidl in terms of floor space and that. Yeah, it took a while building it. Excuse me, what? On the side of the M1 motorway. And it's a big old thing. So when we get in there, I'm just going to obviously show you what it is. Park up. You've got to park up first, and then you got to go out into. They've got this little driver's bit, and then you got to go and book in there. So can't bring the camera inside. But once they've got all the paperwork scanned in and given it to their office staff to do with what they're pleased with it, and then we'll drive inside this big compound and show you around just how big it is. And it is a massive place, absolutely massive. We've got another big RDC down in Exeter, but they're scattered everywhere really. They've got at the moment they've got quite a few. We've got a London, my god, we've got North London's Enfield, and you go a bit further down, you've got Belvedere, Northfleet, you've got Lidl Doncaster, you've got one in Runcorn, you've got this one here we go into in Luton, Newton Aycliffe near Darlington Ways, got one, excuse me, in Motherwell. There's quite a few. It just eludes me for now, just my brain just trying to comprehend Lidl in itself, not looking forward to it. It's just one of these places I just despise, to be honest. But look, luckily tomorrow I've got a back load, not for Lidl, thank the gods. We're not far away from it now. Come off at junction 11A on the M1 in case anybody, any drivers need to go to this place. So it's M1 southbound and northbound, 11A you come off at. Oh, come on people, please just move along. See, now I'm in a bit of a quandary. I'm coming off in a third of a mile. I'm just gonna have to sit back here. Let's see what speed this guy's doing. I've got half a mile. Could I overtaking him and then risk missing my turn off? So let's see. At the moment we're doing 47, 40 on a motorway that's completely clear. Now explain that to me. And again, my videos are meant to be educational and informative. Now look at this fella here, or whoever's driving this thing. Now I've got to undertake him to get past. Absolute buffoonery. Even I'm coming off, but this is the kind of things that I see on a day-to-day, and it's just, and I think this will be one of the contributing factors as to why there'll be a declining drivers in this industry, because I'm getting sick to death of it. You know, when you're first starting off, it's all exciting, it's all good, you're driving a wagon, yes, you're loving life, you can't wait, you're buzzing, you're going out on the road, and then a few years later, I think when reality kicks in, just as to how much nonsense you've got to deal with, then it's it hits home. But it's a funny thing, trucking. Very, very funny thing. Even though, you know, we complain and moan, it's one of the things that just once you've got it in your blood, it's very, very hard to give up. Similar to motorcycling. Once you've tasted life on two wheels, you may well step away from it for a little while, but you know, you cannot ever walk away from it. It's one of those things. Once it's like the bug. Once you got the bug for truck driving and motorcycling, I think you'd be hard pressed to kind of give it up, and that's part of the problem. And I think it might be a case of whether, you know, we might need to find some other re-education to kind of do some other things. But unfortunately, once you get in this industry, you've been in there for so long, trying to find something else is quite difficult. But here we are, we're in the world's biggest Lidl. Schnell, mein Kampf. And there's the driver lounge to check in. So we park up here first. So there's the poor guys I mentioned before. They've driven from Portugal, from Spain, from France, everywhere, only to be told, Schnell! Oh, you've got a chuckle, or I do. I've got to laugh at myself sometimes. You can't take yourself too seriously in this life. So let's park here next to Mr. Lidl. And there's all the other guys there. Prima Frio. The poor guys, honestly, I absolutely sympathise with these guys. See, they're all there sleeping. You know, they've probably driven God knows how long to get to this stupid place. And we're in. Oh, God give me strength. Right, we've got our bay number now, finally. The people having a cigarette break. Nice of them to keep us waiting. As if we've not got enough time that's running out here. So let's have a drive into this place. What they do is they text you an entry code. So we're going down here the bottom through the barrier, and this place is absolutely massive. It's monstrous how big it is. Monstrous. Well, it is monstrous because it's an abomination for us drivers. Right, where's the text they've sent me? Hide me pin in case any phone jackers looking out there. Right, where are we on here? 7424. And we're in. Drive about here. What, have I missed me yet? $400s, what the heck? Yeah, we're dropping that. Hold on, we're going back up. What? 429, 101? How have we gone from 429 to 101? What the actual? Oh, excellent. Okay, we'll have to do all the way around. So yeah, you can see the sheer scale of this place here. Seatbelt, shut up. Check my text again, see what gate we're on. Goodness sake. Oh, 510, for God's sake. Never mind, we'll have to go around. This is what the fatigue does to you sometimes. There's Lidl Express, as me and my friend like to call this place. My God. And there's the M1 motorway running alongside it there. Two massive exhausts there. And these have got the gas powered 4x2s. They're so much more manoeuvrable compared to these things here. And those Ivecos are actually quite nice to drive, they're quite smooth as well. I know people scoff at the Italian trucks, but no, I've driven them before and they are actually really nice. And believe it or not, each trucks have got their own characters, the driving characteristics, engine noises. I know the geeks out there, I'm probably now, after I've been driving for so long, I can actually, sometimes when you're asleep, you can just hear somebody driving past you and you know what kind of truck it is. And if there's the other drivers out there, please let me know if you can agree on this one, what I'm saying. You can tell a Merc from a Volvo, from a Scania, just we've all got the different noises. You can obviously tell a V8 from a regular, but I'm talking about just regular trucks. Right, 5:14, and I've actually driven past this absolute farce. I didn't even clock it. Right, oh there it is, right there. Right, now here we could go on blindsided, try to go on forward here and reverse that way, but easier always going on your good side. So 510 is right there. So even if you have to spin around, always reverse on your good side. Make it easy for yourself. And if you have no option but to blindside, then it's not a big deal. Just adjust your mirrors and take your time and get out and look if you need to. So it's not a big problem. But as we showed the other day, so there's 510 there, so you want to get set up, get your trailer at a 45-degree angle to the bay. So again, best thing, get your window open, and we need to try to find. Now the problem sometimes with so many lines here, it can kind of throw you off. So where's 510? There she blows. Now you want to make sure excuse me, where's this guy going here? Is he gonna, right, okay, you're gonna have to wait. Right, and look at the correct gate and look at the lines on the floor. And it's so hard, we've got so many lines here, sometimes it does throw you off. This thing, come on, keep going back, you swine, come on. And this is a difference between this and a 4x2. and a 580. This is heavier to reverse and to maneuver, but like anything, just take your time, as I mentioned before. Just gentle steering inputs, and there you go, and we're already in line, and we'll be in on 1 when I stop and open the rear doors. So best thing is never rush it. And you see, come on you beast, there, we will be on in 1 when I put the handbrake on, jump out and open the doors. Right, turn this off a minute. Where's my gloves? Some paperwork. Right, gloves. That's where you're going, okay. Sometimes you've been to so many Lidls you forget where the entrances are, and it can be an absolute pain in the derriere, believe me. Right, let's hop out in a second. Gloves on, and then I'm gonna have to take this off before I go in because it won't let us film. So as you can see, we'll be on in 1. Just take it nice and slow when you're reversing. Don't put too much lock on, just gentle steering inputs. Right, come on. And again, nice and gentle with these. And yes, they are double stacked. It's going to be fun. I'll show you just in front of this 500. It's just exactly the same. All the Scanias are the same, as I mentioned before. This is the 500S, so pretty much the same face. The other one was a 660S. Only slight difference would be from the R series cabs, which are slightly more rounded, the older shape, older style. But they're the ones where they were different inside as opposed to these. So let's get her on and we'll go inside. And just a shame we couldn't bring the head mount inside the place to show you the electric pump trucks, but I'll try to get a little video with my phone. Right, and we're on. There we go, in 1. No dramas, no stresses. So yeah, I'll take a little video of the electric pump trucks with my phone, and this tachograph is due a calibration on the 7th. That's what that's showing there, so it just needs to go to the tachograph place. Does it mean smash it with a hammer? Right, on overwork, 1:42, so let's get to it. Could take about an hour this. I need to get parked up for about 3, so I can take my 9 hours rest. I've got to be back up about 12 o'clock-ish tomorrow. So let's go and let's get this nonsense off at this place. Right, that's us finished there. How long would it take? An hour and 3 minutes. So yeah, now let's go and park up, put ourselves on break. I have 9 hours off, so there's no point. I've had plenty of rest. I feel okay. So this is the largest distribution centre in the world, a la Clarkson. So now, once we're unloaded, just gonna go and get parked up and just leave the back doors open to wear out the fridge, because we've had a load of meat in there. So not too sure what the next collection will be, so to be on the safe side, we just leave the door open to air out the fridge, just in case we've got any whether it's, you know, fruit, veg or anything, could be collecting, God knows. So you don't want any strong pungent smells in the back of a fridge. So we'll park her up, call it a night. So it's now 2:42 AM. Let's not forget to press the brake button, because I've had it before where I've been that knackered, just got on the bed and forgot to press the brake. So this is a tachograph button. Press the number 1, because my driver card is in here, so that'll go to brake. There, the bed symbol. And then to do a print out, you just press the OK button, print, 24-hour card, yes, 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 and then it should print out. That's if the miscreant before me has not left a printer paper empty, which by the looks of it, it might not be. Let's press OK again one more time. So let's see, printer, there we go. And it is almost empty. Can you see it's got the green line coming out of it? That's basically indicating to you that the paper, there you go, right on cue. So with situations like this, always carry these with you, because if you get stopped by the DVS, say they ask you to do a printout and you've got no paper like this, believe it or not, yet another fine for our truck drivers. So keep these handy with you. So that's why these always have a couple of packets with you, and I'll add that in later on. I'll see how to put it into the tachograph. But now I'm just going to put myself on brake and then chill. And that's all she wrote for now. So we park up here, and then we'll go and get the paperwork. They'll text us when the paperwork's ready. But one thing I'll have to say, the absolute farce of the majority of the Lidls, considering as to how many drivers use these places and how we pass through, they've literally, the toilets are an abomination, and that's not even an exaggeration either. There's always one out of order, and could you imagine how many drivers are here? We've actually got one toilet to use out of all these drivers, which is a joke. So Lidl, if anybody from Lidl HQ in Deutschland, please listen. You spent millions and millions on these places. Can you please put in a load more toilets?